All right, we have been smitten down as a nation of Israel, and the Most High said, "In 3 days to raise us up." Uh, Matter of fact, wasn't planning on going there, but it's the spirit had other plans. Okay, this is Hosea chapter 6 and verse 1. Come and let us return unto Yahweh, for he hath torn, and he will heal us. Now, when did he tear us? No, mainly for the southern tribe, beginning when we were taken into slavery. For the bulk of us who, let's say, are in Babylon, and because Israel is scattered all over, and another time that we were torn, we're still being torn to this day. But when Christopher Columbus and all these other European settlers went on the age of exploration and started discovering places, and you know, bringing these Jesuits bringing their white baby Jesus everywhere they go, and slaughtering Gad, slaughtering the uh, the Asher down south and in the forest, uh, slaughtering all the southern tribes that are in Central and South America, uh, Naphtali, uh, Simeon, Levi, uh, Gad, Asher. Not going to name them all, but Issachar, Zebulon. So that is, you know, some of the ways we've been torn, as a nation, and we've been it's been a long time since we've been in power. Uh, Reading on, for he hath torn, and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and he will bind us up. So we've been smitten with, curses of Deuteronomy 28 and Leviticus, the 20, the 26th chapter. Verse 2, after 2 days will he revive us. Now, this is Peter, 2 Peter, chapter 3. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 8 says, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with Yahweh as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. So one day for us is equivalent to 1,000 years. So keep that in mind when you're reading Hosea, the 6th chapter that I'm breaking down right now. Back into Hosea 6:2. After 2 days, so after 2,000 years, will he revive us, and the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight. So right now, we're being raised up after 2,000 years. We're being raised up. Then shall we know, uh, if we follow on to. Then shall we know if we follow on to know Yahweh. His going forth is prepared as the morning, and he shall come unto us as the rain, as the latter and former rain unto the earth. So this is the the Most High, telling us, he's gonna raise us back up, close up the breaches the tabernacle of David, rising back up. So part of our deliverance is us waking up. You know, and Ezekiel 37 also talks about that as well, the valley of the dry bones. That breath is coming into us, and we're starting to wake up. You know, so part of our deliverance is we're gonna have to be delivered mentally from this place, and guess what? We're gonna have to be physically delivered out of here because the earth that we're on right now is reserved under fire. This place is going to be burnt up and disintegrated and turned into ashes. So how do we escape? Do we buy a passport? Do we leave America? Do we go to Egypt? Like certain camps that I know. No, you don't. You wait it right here because this is going to be our deliverance right here in America. And if you are one of the scattered that aren't in America, your deliverance will be in a different way. This is Isaiah 26 and verse 20 says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as is, as it were for a little moment until the salvation." Salakia, indignation. Let me start that from the top. Isaiah 26 and 20. "Come, my people, enter thou unto my chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed." So we come into the chambers. What's that talking about? They talk about the chariots. Beam me up, Scotty. Yeah, we're going out of here in style. Yahweh willing, we are part of that, number. Somebody's part of that number. Somebody got to be the elect. I know it ain't these blunt rolling, Shalom, Al Akbar, Ankh wearing, Negroes. This is Revelations 11 and verse 12. I'll start with 11. "And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them." So what is that talking about? 350 years when we were smitten, and 16, what is that, 19, when we was going through a lot of southern tribes specifically was being brought over here to serve our prison sentence. Fast forward 1619 to 350 years, that takes us to Abba Bivens, who is Elijah, who had to come again and restore us, you know, and the truth has been flourishing, abundantly ever since. So after 3 days, from 1619 to about 1970 and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So these bones coming together, and we're standing on our feet, and the other nations are seeing. Wow! They find out who they are. They find out who they are, and now reading on, it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, "Come up hither." And they ascended up. That's where we're going. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Wow, look at them. They're getting saved. That's their salvation. Going up into the heavens. And so that's going to be our salvation. That's how we're going to be saved. And on that note, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.